All right, we're joined by head coach Avery Johnsn. We'll have coach make an opening statement, and we'll go ahead and take some questions.
First of all, I want to just say what a good job Coach Crean is doing with his team. Obviously, it's a transition year. I've been there. 3 years ago, I've been in the same situation. You take over a team, you take over a program. He's had a tremendous amount of success in a couple of previous head coaching stops. But, he's got his team playing hard. They lost a hard-fought game to South Carolina at home. Obviously, it's a huge team. I talked to you guys about this on yesterday, but this team is a huge team. They're a really great offensive rebounding team. They got 15 offensive rebounds on us tonight. They, 21 second chance points. So they're a team that obviously, as he continues to transform the team and put his imprint on it, not only at the end of this year, but moving forward, they're going to be a team that you're going to have to deal with. Claxton is a kid that can play all over the floor. He's a problem. 7-foot guy that can play point guard, 2 guard, stretch 4, stretch 5. But, I'm awfully proud of the Alabama Crimson Tide team tonight because I talked to them about the way you handle disappointment or disaster is you don't allow it to hijack your dreams. And we obviously didn't have a great performance in our last game, but you're going to have to be great role models today, especially to our student body, on how to handle disappointment. And I'm awfully glad the way we handled it. We played hard. We were really good on defense in the second half, which has been our Achilles heel. And we got some outstanding performances from some guys like Kyra and Tevin. Daniel Giddings gave us a big lift when Galen Smith went down. So again, I'm glad we came back and hustled and played extremely hard at home and had a great bounce back win from our last game.
Thank you, coach. Let's start with Alex here, right?
Two quick things. Can you just give us an update on Galen? What's his status before going ahead?
Galen is in the concussion protocol and he's going to be reevaluated tomorrow morning.
And you mentioned already Kyra and Tevin. Is this the kind of performance that you recruited both of them to be able to produce on a night in, night out kind of basis? Is this what you saw potential wise?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just think the main thing is, even though all of the shots are not going to go in, it's just the aggression. It's making high basketball IQ plays. Yeah. When we recruit players, we recruit people first. And all of our kids are kids with strong character, but we recruit them because of their basketball intellect, and we expect them to make quality plays for us on both ends of the floor. And Tevin and Kyra did it tonight. Dejon had some nice plays. I'm awfully proud, guys. I'm really proud of Daniel Giddings tonight because he wasn't in the rotation. Galen had a huge stretch for us. That was his best 5 minutes he's had in a long time, and obviously got injured. But here comes Daniel Giddings, who's been playing well in practice, and another high character kid that really helped us tonight.
All the way back, right, Cecil.
Particularly in the second half, and you had talked about this yesterday, but you seemed to try to push the tempo and really run as much as you could with both, and you played Kyra and Dejon together a lot. Was that in order to have two guys that can do the break?
Yeah, and we just had a good run there and a good separation, especially there in the middle of the second half, and those guys were doing a good job. Really strong drives to the basket. We had great spacing. Tevin Mack was shooting the ball with a ton of confidence. We got Dante back out there, and he rebounded the ball well for us. We had some problems in the first half with their little half-court trap, and we had 8 turnovers in the first half, but we made better decisions with the ball. We worked on some ball security drills, some more ball security drills in practice yesterday, and I thought we had some really nice carryover into the game.
Let's go to the middle, Tony.
You've struggled to put some teams away this season. How big were those 2 back-to-back threes from Mack that kind of jumpstart the second half and kind of help you go away?
Yeah, huge threes. And the main thing is we want to be a much better three-point shooting team than we've been here in our recent history. And he's a guy that's capable. Kyra's capable. We have We have about 7 guys that's capable of making threes for us, no matter what the statistics show. JP missed 3 tonight, and all 3 of them he was wide open, so he can make them. AJ had a game at Missouri where he made 2, so he's capable. Alex Reese is capable of making them. So when we're clicking, we can be a really dangerous team offensively. And how many times since you've been here covering us have we scored 90 points or 89 points? Sometimes we couldn't score 90 points in 2 games, remember? So this team is a much better offensive team, and our quality depth showed tonight.
Right behind the line.
Yeah, you mentioned that Georgia was in a period of transition. Did your talent just simply overwhelm them, I guess, in the second half?
I don't know if our talent overwhelmed them. When you look down their roster, you know, Rayshawn Hammonds is a guy we recruited. You know, he's 6'9", and, you know, multi-talented player. And, you know, he had 13 points. And when you're talking about Crump and Jackson, guys who've been in their rotation, remember, this is the same team basically that beat us and embarrassed us last year. And then I think, whatever, in my first and second year, we, you know, played them and beat them early in the year, and they came back without one of their best players and beat us at home. So we have a pretty solid history with this team, and that's why we needed to be focused tonight.
Far left, Cody.
You kind of mentioned in your opening statement that you guys came out in the second half with a different mindset on defenses. What kind of changed for you guys in the second half?
Well, I put a goal on the board in terms of what was our goals defensively. We have 4 separate goals defensively, and fortunately, outside of maybe 1 or 2 baskets that they made on us, we accomplished our goals. And we just was really focused. It was crystal clear what the mission was at halftime. Sometimes we'll watch 7 or 8 edits. We only watch 1 tonight, because I just wanted to talk to them about what we were trying to accomplish on both ends of the floor and give them credit. They came out and played with a ton of passion. And it's just hard to win games in the SEC, independent of what team's records are.
Got time for a couple more questions. We'll start with Drew right up front.
A couple questions real quick, Coach. Coach, first, was Dante Hall okay tonight as far as healthy? Because he looked a little lethargic on offense tonight.
All right, let me answer your first question. Dante was fine. Sometimes when guys get in foul trouble, it just hinders their aggression. We got 3 fouls, and Dante is a guy that runs the floor. He loves to come over and block shots. He's aggressive when we get him the ball. But give them credit also. They kind of took away some of our short passes. That's why Kyra and Tevin Mack were able to get in there and make some plays. That's like an assist that doesn't show up for Dante on the stat sheet.
And then with Tevin Mack, I thought he did a really good job of talking about him offensively within the framework of the offense, attacking the rim and also taking the threes in rhythm.
Yeah, we just challenged him. You know, get back to being a scorer. Scorers are not just shooters. So he's a guy that had some games for us, even at Baylor. He didn't make the 3, but he played really well inside the defense. He's had another game where outside of the Kentucky game where he's played well inside the 3-point line. And we just told him, mix up your game. You can do it all offensively. You can shoot it, you can drive it. He's got to obviously get better with his interior passing. But I'm even proud of him defensively tonight, because tonight he got 6 rebounds against a really physical team.
Last question will be to Alex.
Not to bring it down, but you mentioned yesterday about the rebound and how important that was. It's another game where the opposition out-rebounded you even just a little bit, especially on the offensive boards. How do you kind of try and correct some of those?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to let you break it down. We got rebounded by 1 point. So this is the same team that out-rebounded a team 2 games ago by 22 rebounds. And they got 22 rebounds. I think they out-rebounded their opponent 56-34. So again, we got out-rebounded by 1. We got to still clean up some areas. I'll show them all 15 offensive rebounds tomorrow and see how we can get better. But anytime you can come back the way we did and had a big win at home, another great showing by our fans tonight. We're about to get on the road for 2 consecutive games. I think we'll try to keep it as high as we can. I'll tell them the truth and show them the video tomorrow. We still have room to improve, but I'm pleased that they didn't get our rebounders by 24 tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.